Ohio State researchers address opioid epidemic.
Students protest GOP tax bill.
And men's and women's basketball look to get their seasons off to a hot start. That's all right here on Lantern News Now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Suarez.
And I'm Joe Matz. You're watching Lantern News Now. Ohio State has suspended activities for all 37 interfraternity council chapters. This comes after 4 fraternities being put on suspension earlier this year, and the university told the Lantern that a total of 11 fraternities have been under investigation for violating the student code of conduct. It is unclear how long the suspension will last.
The opioid epidemic has had a devastating impact on central Ohio communities, but researchers from Ohio State are hoping to change that. The SWANK program in rural-urban policy is taking a closer look at the issues that lead to opioid addiction and what can be done to stop it. Later TV reporter Alex Allenbaugh spoke with researchers to learn more.
Basically, we are not the medical center, right? It's not like we can actually open a clinic to treat those people affected by opioid. So what we did is first identify the problem and then use our knowledge. We're a bunch of economists, right? We use our knowledge in economics, in statistics to analyze this problem and provide the cost. We put a dollar sign in front of the numbers to alert our state policymakers that this is a huge problem. We need to treat it seriously.
On Monday, hundreds of students gathered on the Oval to protest the GOP tax bill. The proposed bill would classify graduate student tuition waivers as taxable income, affecting many at Ohio State. Lantern TV's Ashley Nelson was there and spoke to students about how this could impact them.
Here in the union to take a stand, to fight back against the bill, to save higher education.
Undergrads, graduate students, and faculty at Ohio State held a university-wide rally in protest of the proposed tax bill currently making its way through Congress.
It seems like there's people who are ready to fight. It seems like there's people who are saying, I'm not just going to be angry in my room or in my office or in my classroom or at the bar, but actually in public, coming together to say, we're not going to take that anymore. Yeah.
The rally focused on the potential difficulties grad students could face concerning affordability. The rally started on the Oval and the protesters marched to the Union where people gathered to hear several speakers.
We're protesting here to save graduate education. We think that the present bill being considered by the House and the bill considered in the Senate also are grave and devastating threats to graduate education as we know it in this country, and we're very worried about it. We're worried personally about our livelihoods, and we're worried about the broader social impact that this will have.
Some reports say that the new tax bill could increase taxes for graduate students, making it difficult for people to take part in higher education, starting a movement called Save Grad Ed.
Because you're not going to just see graduate students affected, and of course that's very important in and of itself, but you're also going to see a loss of education within the country, so you're going to have the characteristic brain drain, and the quality of the teaching at big universities like Ohio State is going to go down significantly because, as my colleague Emma said, most of us are actually the instructor of record for between 40 to 70 students per class.
So the goal of everything that was done today was to start a movement to do a number of things. The first thing is that we're going to bring the petitions that we gave out at the march today to some of our congresspeople. We're going to deliver them to Pat Tiberi, who is the congressperson for the 12th District of Ohio. He's also on the House Ways and Means Committee that on November 9th specifically took up an amendment that would strike this provision from the bill and voted it down. So we're very disappointed with that vote, and we're going to go to his office and tell him about it.
Organizers are meeting tomorrow at 5 p.m. to plan further action at Ohio State as well as organize a national day of protest.
In an effort to foster the relationship between students and police, the Department of Safety launched its Community Police Academy last fall. Later TV reporter Joe Matz attended several sessions and spoke to instructors and students about their experience.
I'm here at Blankenship Hall, where students and faculty have been selected to participate in the Community Police Academy. This 4-week program was created to give citizens an idea of what it is like to protect and serve both here on campus and around the United States.
It's a great way to open up a platform for discussion between citizens and police officers. It gives us a chance to kind of break down the barriers of mystery to civilians on why we do what we do.
Participants learn about the challenges of police work with lessons that include traffic stops, crime scene management, and suspicious persons investigations. While many people think that they understand the dangers of police work, most academy students find a greater respect for the stress officers deal with.
Gained a lot of knowledge, honestly. Like, being a criminology major, you do get to learn a lot of stuff, like different theories and things like that, but you don't get hands-on experience. I never realized how dangerous a traffic stop was.
This program hopes to make a positive impact on tensions between the citizens and the police.
Well, obviously there's a lot of negative press right now in the news, and I thought it was important to try to understand the position of the police officer.
Both the OSU PD and the students benefit from this class. Instead of being a one-sided lecture, classes are more discussion-based, encouraging a dialogue between the police and the community.
This is our third class, and we wouldn't be as successful as we are without our student body and the faculty and staff that have taken this class. It's really great to see some students step up, bring some information and some concerns to our table and help us learn how to address those.
The Community Police Academy's next session is in the spring of 2018. For more information, you can visit the OSU Department of Public Safety's website. For Lantern TV, this has been Joe Matz. Construction continues on Muir Lake. The concrete that held the lake has been demolished, and according to the university landscape architect, the next step is putting sewage and electricity in the area. The new lake will be used as an environmental lab and is scheduled to be completed by summer 2018.
So, are you excited to head home for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I'm excited to see my family and eat some turkey.
That's always the best, family and good food. Now let's throw it over to James and Alicia for more on what's coming up in Buckeye basketball.
The basketball season is well underway, and this past weekend, the Countdown to Columbus Women's Basketball Showcase was held at Nationwide Arena. Lantern Sports reporter Sam Block gives us a recap of the tournament.
This past Sunday, Ohio State's number 5 ranked women's basketball team faced off against the number 9 Louisville Cardinals. This was the Buckeyes' second straight game against the top 10 opponent after defeating the number 10 ranked Stanford Cardinal in their first game of the season. The atmosphere was electric as the game was held at Nationwide Arena in Columbus as part of the Countdown to Columbus tournament. Louisville was on their game from the very start, as junior guard Asia Durr poured in tons of buckets early on. The Buckeyes were able to stay in the game with multiple big-time shots made by senior guard Asia Doss. At the end of the first half, consecutive three-point shots from Michaela Waterman, Lene Harper, and Kelsey Mitchell cut the 13-point Cardinals lead to just 1. The Louisville Cardinals again took a big lead in the third quarter with more made baskets from guess who? Asia Durr, eventually leading by a score of 66-52. In the fourth quarter, it was all Kelsey Mitchell time, as the senior guard scored 15 of her 26 points, including the last 9 points of regulation for the Buckeyes. With very little time on the clock, Mitchell went to the line with a chance to tie with one free throw and take the lead with both. She would hit the first and then miss the second, sending the game to overtime. Asia Durr absolutely dominated the overtime period by scoring 13 of the 15 Cardinals points. Her 47 points propelled Louisville to a 95-90 win over Ohio State in an instant classic. After the tough loss, Kelsey Mitchell discussed the incredible play of Asia Durr.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got a chance to play with her throughout a lot of my career. Everyone has seen her play. She's a really great player. And she was hot. She couldn't miss. So I think we all saw that.
Despite not coming up with the win, Ohio State head coach Kevin McGuff discussed his team's ability to fight back.
That's probably the biggest positive takeaway is that we really competed and battled back and we never went away. Yeah, we gave ourselves a chance at the end. You know, when we had chances to make plays, we didn't make them and they made them, and that was ultimately the difference.
The Buckeyes now look ahead to their Wednesday night matchup with the Idaho Vandals and will look to improve their early season record to 2-1. For Lantern TV, I am Sam Block.
The women's basketball team bounced back from their loss to Louisville to defeat Idaho 99-56 and earn their 1,000th victory Wednesday night at the Schottenstein Center. Redshirt junior guard Lene Harper led the team with 18 points and 18 rebounds. Senior guard Kelsey Mitchell helped the Buckeyes in their win with 4 3-pointers, 4 assists, and 16 points. The team will take on Quinnipiac tonight at 7 p.m. Now let's get an update on how the men's basketball team has been doing.
The Ohio State men's basketball team started out their season with convincing wins over Robert Morris and Radford. Last night, they looked to continue to build on their young season as they took on Texas Southern in the Shot. The 2-0 Ohio State men's basketball team took on the 0-2 Texas Southern Tigers at the Shot on Thursday. They would be without freshman forward Caleb Wesson, who was suspended for failing to meet expectations of the program. Sophomore center Micah Potter stepped up early, scoring 8 points in the first half. Not to be outdone, freshman guard Musa Jallo tallied 10 points in the first half in what was his first start for the Buckeyes. He ended the night with 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 steals. Ohio State would shoot 45% from the floor in the first half to take a 42-29 lead into the half. With the score at 54-32 in the second half, Texas Southern were going a 20-5 run to pull themselves within 2 points of the Buckeyes behind a high-intensity zone defense. Ohio State would turn up their defensive hustle and begin to pull away from the Tigers again, scoring well in transition. Forward Keita Bates-Diop would collect his third triple-double of the season, scoring 17 points on 7 of 12 shooting, with 12 rebounds. The Buckeyes went on to win the game 82-64, moving them to 3-0 on the season. Coach Holtman said after the game that the team is still learning who they are.
Listen, as I've said, we're work in progress. We are learning a lot about this group. First and foremost, how we respond in those moments. We've got a lot to work on, but we can at least take that response from this game and hopefully build on it.
Potter played well, but was quick to give his teammate Jallo the spotlight.
His name's Moose, right? His nickname's Moose. So like social media and stuff, whenever he goes off like he did today, I want y'all tweeting out the Moose is loose. All right? You got a pet moose and everything. Little stuffed animal. That's what we say. So you guys need to be saying that too. We need to get like all of Ohio State saying that.
The Buckeyes now look forward to a Sunday matchup with Northeastern at 2 p.m. before heading out to the inaugural Nike PK 80 tournament in Portland, Oregon, with a matchup with Gonzaga set for Thursday, November 23rd at midnight.
That's all we have for you from the sports desk this week. Now let's take a look at the weather for this weekend.
Thank you, Alicia. Now I'm meteorologist Grace Devine here on Lantern TV to give you your weather for this weekend. Outside right now, we're seeing a temperature of 45 degrees, quite cool, but the sun is out and shining. We also have a lower humidity at 63 and a slight wind, so it's a pretty cool fall day out there for us. Today we'll see it get up to a high of 48 degrees, though the sun will remain in the sky, but as we continue on through later this evening, we'll see clouds roll in and rain will start early Saturday morning. That rain will continue on in through Saturday, but we'll see a temperature of 59 degrees for tomorrow, so warm on up. On Sunday, we'll see the clouds stick around for a temperature of 36 degrees. Now focusing more on tomorrow, we have the OSU versus Illinois game. And when we wake up tomorrow, we'll see the showers take a pause. At 10 a.m., it'll be quite cloudy, but as we go on in through the day, we'll see the temperature warm up at 2 p.m., but rain will also start up again. Throughout the rest of the evening, it'll be quite spotty, but as we get later in the day, we'll see the rain stop, and at 7 p.m., it'll once again be just cloudy out there. And those clouds, like I said, will stick around in through Sunday. Looking more in through next week, we'll see it quite sunny, no rain, and the temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s for us next week. So a quite nice weather coming for us ahead. Find out what to expect next week when we come back. Back to you.
That's all we have for you this week on Lantern News Now.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Also, check out the Lantern on Snapchat for game day coverage.
Thanks for watching and happy Thanksgiving.